Hi and welcome back to today's morning report charts on Thursday the 27th of November with me, Richard Perry Market Analyst at Tech Markets. I'm going to move on to cable now, and cable completed this, actually if I go on to the intraday chart, zoom out, cable completed this base pattern that we saw yesterday, broke above 57.36. That 57.36 had been the resistance for a couple of weeks almost. And we broke above that yesterday, and that sort of completed this base pattern. That base pattern gave us an implied target actually of around 58.80, 58.85. And what we've seen is a pullback this morning. Now, this is where cable gets a little bit interesting, because if you'd be obviously looking for that pullback to find support around the 57.36 breakout. This pattern is a counter trend pattern, which leaves me a little bit cautious. However, there is a pattern there, and you would argue certainly that it has some validity, because in the counter trend move, that 57.80 is still within, so 58.80 is around about where that that downtrend currently comes in. So you could argue that that is still perfectly possible. And there is a sort of a recovery in process, stochastics sort of drifting higher, MACD lines having crossed over as well, so that's a positive signal near term. I mean, the last time you got a proper crossover on the MACD lines was back in September, and you got this move higher. So it does have the have history behind it in terms of working on the upside, and we could, as I said, see a move back towards this downtrend, which has been in for upwards of 4 months. So it is perfectly possible that this move still is in play, and I think that the first test is going to be this pullback to the neckline of the pattern. So that's 57.36. The other thing that's positive, I suppose, from that aspect is the fact that the hourly RSI sort of moved quite strongly into positive territory, and the MACD lines as well. So it would suggest that momentum has picked up, and you look at the hourly moving averages as well, all rising. So as I said, if we can start to build cable support around that 57.36 area, I'm not saying it's going to happen to the pip, but around that area, I think you can start to be a little bit more positive on a near-term basis. I mean, but as I said, this is a counter trend move, and counter trend moves are have a history, certainly generally tend to undershoot their targets to the upside. So just bear that in mind. But certainly at the moment, cable looks on a near to medium term basis to be sort of trying to recover. So it's interesting, because that downtrend is still a little bit all the way away, and we could still have some room to unwind. But obviously that downtrend is ever falling, so the room to unwind within that downtrend gets ever smaller and smaller. So yeah, it's I'm sort of in two minds as to how to back this, but certainly at the moment I'm still reasonably positive for this rebound in cable towards that 57.80 mark. Anyway, I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later. Thank you.